Take a piece of cardboard, take some glue, and now let's start painting it over the piece of cardboard or whatever surface you want to use. Now this is our result. This is the specific portion I'm using. You can use any. Step 2. Now use a toilet paper. This specifically is because it has textures which will in the end help to create that illusion of waves. Now the second step is to take some more wood glue and now start painting over this tissue. Now here I had a problem, it was like ripping apart, so I just had to remove it. But you don't have to do that. Now in step 4 we're just gonna take another piece of toilet paper, the amount we need to use. And now again we're just gonna paint over it with wood glue over the toilet paper, and this is going to truly create that texture that we want for the waves. In step 5, we are going to finally add the last piece of toilet paper we need. Now in step 6 here, I'm using some blue paint. You can use any, now I only had dark blue. Here I just pour some and add them. And I also use some white paint and mix it because it feels a bit too dark. Now in this same step, we are just gonna keep continuing coloring the entire thing. This takes the most time, but this is the actual main thing of our entire process. The actual thing, the actual color of the water. As you can see, it can really take some time to fill in all the white edges, all the white spaces left. This is how it came out, and as you can see, the texture from the toilet paper looks very good. Now in step 7 I make sure to use dark blue. Now I already had it, but it is a must that I use a darker color, because in this step specifically our purpose is to create a texture. This allows the waves that we created originally with the toilet paper to come out more clearly. Bit by bit in this step it starts to look much better. Now here it is. This is our final product. This is what we got. This is what we achieved. However, depending on what you're making, still water like this won't be as good for you. Hence, you probably want something like this. Now, in this step, which is step 8, which technically should be step 7, we use toilet papers, making it into a thin ball. Depending on how big you want to make it, take that sized toilet paper, then use your original paints to color it from above. And this is why you are not supposed to do step 7 unless you do this step first, because this is removing the earlier texturing we did. However, the positive thing is that it adds a height to our original small waves. Now we can take several small pieces of toilet paper and keep painting it, adding that height. More is good, but when you keep it flat out like how I did it here, it's more better because it looks less like a bump and more like waves. Here's our outcome to our optional step, and as you can see, those bumps really added that texture that we wanted for the waves. Now for the final step, step 9, optional step by using clear coat. Now this step isn't necessary, but I highly recommend it. It's basically creating the entire glossy look. Basically the main thing about the water 3D model. At first it just looks like a white substance, a bit sus though, but it does come out very good. It looks clear and adds that glossy look that we're going for. Now these are very important additional steps you can still use to even enhance your project further. Usually still water or small waves don't carry these that much, but you can add a little bit of foam. Here it is, the final product. This is without actual light and this is with close-up light, and it looks so good as you can see all the details. This is a school project in which we created a flood in which a village is being flooded, and as you can see it turned out really good. Honestly, our project turned out very good, and especially after step 9 or 8, after we added the glossy clear coat, it really made the project look much better. Finally, here are all the steps, and I consider waiting a bit of time before painting with the darker color in step 6 and waiting for at least 12 hours, or if you want to be quicker, use a fan and wait about 1 hour before using the clear coat. That's all for today's video. Fi amanillah.